On this episode of Wild Woman, I'd like to proudly introduce a woman who embodies a genuine essence of hip-hop music, fierce determination, and self-motivation. This is Diamond.
Just cause I'm a woman don't make me weak. Open up your ears and hear me speak. I've been through a lot, but I didn't give up. They try to keep me down, but I said get up. Sexism, a problem in America. They think you scared, but it's them that's scared of you. Keep pushing, don't get frustrated. We got the power, they intimidated. Hey. My name is Diamond. I am from Chicago. I was adopted at the age of 2. To my parents, both of my parents, but they did divorce when I want to say the age of 8 or 9. But once they were divorced, then it was just me, my mom, my sister, and my grandma, so all women. I've had a picture of my biological father years ago, like maybe when I was younger. I don't remember what he looks like. I don't remember what anybody looks like, and that bothers me so much. Like, just knowing, like, in kindergarten, DCFS would come pick me up and take me to, like, the YMCA to go see my mom and my brother when I was younger, and they would do that like once a week. But I don't remember what they looked like. I don't know what happened to them. I feel like that's one thing that's kind of like, I feel like empty for me, is just not knowing where I came from, not knowing who I came from and my background. And you know, it's frustrating when so many people are like, oh, are you mixed with this, or you're mixed with that, or, you know, are you Hispanic? It's like, no, I'm black. Like, and they're like, but you look like you could have this. Well, I don't know, because I don't even know like what my birth parents look like. I mean, I could be Afro-Latina, I could be, you know, from an island, I don't know. But what I know is that I'm black. That's what I know for sure, that I'm black. I try not to let that keep me from moving forward in my life. Like, I don't want to use that as an excuse for why I can't accomplish things in my life. Like, oh, because I'm adopted, I don't know my parents. It's like, there's so many kids that are adopted who don't know their parents. Growing up, I just always felt different, like uniquely different. And I did feel as a young age, people did try to put me in a box, like kind of try to tell me what I should be and who I should be and what I should like go to school for, what I should be, you know, interested in. And I understand that as an adult, you want to, you know, push your kids to be the best version of themselves. But I just felt different because I wanted to pursue like the arts, and my mom was fully supportive of me wanting to do those things. But as far as going to school for those things, like going to school for dance or going to school, she wanted me to at least go to school or obtain a degree that's going to make me money. And at a young age, I didn't understand that. I just thought like, well, if I love what I do, then the money is going to come. Like, why should I just work a job that I hate, you know, because it makes me money? I didn't get that. I kind of understand it more now, but as a child I didn't.
Creativity and catering to our craft is essential to our health and to our expression. But our society teaches us that it's a pastime, that it isn't serious. One of the things I admire about Diamond is how her journey has presented so many obstacles, but she continues to persevere to express her true art form.
Everybody in my family, they did do music. They didn't go to school for it, but everybody in my family is very talented. You know, like my grandmother, she's in the choir. She traveled. My great grandmother, Miss Jones, was a fabulous singer. And my dad, at one point, you know, his music was kind of like poetry. Like, he was singing, but it was like poetry, and it was really raw. And he came out with his first tape when me and my sister were really young, and it was amazing. And my auntie, she's a singer, she's a gospel singer, so you could just see that I was inspired by my family, like my surroundings as far as music. Everybody was musically inclined. I was pretty chill in high school. I got along with pretty much everybody. I got along with the people who were in gangs. I got along with the popular people. I got along with the people who weren't as popular. I just felt like if you were kind to me, if you was nice to me, I was nice to you. Like at lunch, a lot of the guys would like beatbox on the tables, and they'd start freestyling. And one day I jumped in and started freestyling. Somebody was like, "Oh, like you're so good, like you should really like rap for real." And I'm like, no, that's not gonna happen. But it was so consistent. Like there'll be some days after school we would go to the park and like we'll be freestyling at the park too. And like the thing I liked about freestyling was like you were just free to like say whatever you wanted to say. Like it didn't have to make sense. That's when I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna start rapping. I started making raps, writing things down. I started putting out music. Not like music, but just like little freestyles here and there. High school used to call me Red. It's like the term for like a black girl who's really, really light skinned, like a red bone. Yeah, so people used to call me Red in high school. And then in college I was like, oh, I'm gonna be called Red Bottoms because I love red bottoms. But then I was like, I don't have money to buy red bottoms, so it doesn't make sense. And I was like, okay, Bella means beautiful. So I decided to change it to Red Bella.
Big with the bus, dip when I thrust. Who can I trust? Everybody judge you. We cannot stress. All that's been said, no matter what, they gonna hate or love you. Forget what they think, they all some trolls. They got no morals and they got no souls. Mad cause you live your life up in the backdrop. You know you look good. They mad, they not hot. Come on now. They try to pull me down, but guess what? I survived.
What I survived.
No matter what, my confidence will always lie. I said I look good, feel good, hater. Look good, feel good, hater. Look good, feel good, hater.
I initially went to college for photography. That's what I really love to do. Like I've always just been into everything like in the creative arts. But then I changed my mind because I was like, you know what? What's gonna be like in demand in the future? Like web design is. So I ended up changing it. And then I was already writing, doing music and stuff. So then I realized that we had a studio at the Art Institute. So I started using it. I met a guy there that he had his own music company, and he kind of like took me to the studio, started recording me, and I kind of like trusted this guy because I had no clue what I was doing. And as a woman, you don't know that much. Somebody comes along trying to teach you, you try to trust them to know what they're doing, and that's what I did. And I was young, so I didn't know. And then the guy like gave me my tape or like the CD that I recorded, and it was horrible. And I was like, I wasted like all these weeks recording with this guy, and he doesn't even know what he's doing. So I stopped talking to him immediately. And then I ended up meeting these guys there who were super cool, super chill. Like they were like brothers to me. We've performed together, we did songs together, we like collab with one another. We all were just trying to like help each other like elevate. We all were trying to like get our names out there. But like things took a toll. It's so petty, like I don't even remember necessarily what it was about. I just remember someone telling me what they said. And next thing I know, I'm like blocked on Facebook. So I'm like, okay, it must be true then. And it just made me think like, see, this is like guys don't do stuff like this with other guys. Like if it was another dude, if I was a guy, they would have came and talked to me about it, and we would have squashed it right then and there. But since I'm a woman, I get blocked and all this extra stuff, and I don't get a reason, why it came about. So that kind of like hurt my feelings a little bit, but then like I snapped out of it and was like, you know what, I don't need them. Like I don't need their help, I don't need their promotion. So I just did everything on my own.
Mind spinning, gotta win it, I gotta get it. Working harder than the guys, but they won't admit it. I was never a hater, I was busy building. Lord forgive them, I'm chilling, thinking of better living. And now I'm blessed up, now I'm making moves. I don't give a damn, now I'm breaking rules. Now I got the plan, now I got the tools. They thought I was real dumb, I played the fool. And part of me really wanted to get real petty. I wanted to be great, they wouldn't let me. But I showed them how a real boss do. They see me coming, now I'm running more than Reebok do.
I've created numerous projects over the span of, like the span of 5 to 6 years. So my first project was called Rebellious. Which basically is like rebellious, but like my rap name is Red, so I made it like Rebellious. Red Riding Hood, which was like one of my favorite ones, was my version of that project. Was just me like venturing out, you know, this journey. Like I feel so alone, and then just coming back and like reflecting on my music and who I am, and just trying to be better. And then after that, I've had like a whole bunch of different projects. Radiant Imperfections, which was like my first time tapping into like things other than rap. So it was just me singing. Established 92, that was like my first like all straight 90s like hip hop type beats. Cause that's like where my inspiration stems from. It's like the 90s hip hop, 90s R&B, because I felt like during that era, everything was genuine, everything was raw. Like people said exactly how they felt. It wasn't like sugar coated. You know, like nowadays, like rap is just so fabricated. Everything is about cars, materialistic shit, things that really don't matter. It's not. Granted, you have your few selected artists who talk about things with substance, but that's like where most of my inspiration stems from, is the 90s, and like Missy Elliott, Yo-Yo, MC Lyte. And with my music, I just want to inspire other girls to just, like, if it sounds weird, like if you're writing something down, it sounds weird, like don't let that get to you, because a lot of times I write things and I'm like, oh, that word is too big, like you need to make it shorter so they understand. Like no, like just write however you feel. The people who are gonna understand your music and who for your music is gonna be for them. Like don't change up anything that you really love for the sake of others or the others' acceptance of you. You know, when people take a group picture and you're like on the side like this and everybody's just like, yeah, but you're on the side like I don't feel right. Like that's me. You know, everybody's rapping about everything else, and I'm the only one I feel like is rapping like with a message, or at least having fun with my music. You know, I don't take my music so seriously. I try to at least leave a little room to enjoy myself.
Here I go with the flow, super dope. Every time I rhyme, know I give them hope. I don't mind getting shine, getting dope. Free your mind and don't ever sell your soul. It's whatever. If you sleeping on me, it's whatever. These rappers always taking intermissions, paying more for views than tuition. I'll never change for attention. Wanna stay around, be consistent. My life ain't none of their business. What I do is my decision.
Who I am, like I love supporting other women, because to be honest, I don't get that a lot. So many women bringing each other down, nitpicking at everything. You know, I can't even, you know, it's hard when you can't depend on someone like you to help you out, you know, when you get let down. But I don't let that keep me from continuing to support women. Like I'm not gonna let one girl who, you know, let me down and wasn't there to make me not work with other women, because at the end of the day, I am a woman. So if I'm just gonna bash women all day, I might as well just be bashing myself. So
like crystal light, I can see through these fakes, I can get you right. Never underestimate the strength of strife. Hold a grudge over nothing, better get your life. I don't play full house, homie, cut it out. If it ain't helping me, then I shut it out. You say you love me, but you hate no. Catch your feelings, we ain't dating no. Yo, shout out to my homies, shout out to my friends, shout out to my fam, riding out to the end. Stay focused, not hopeless, work on you and your dopeness. is learned through osmosis.
In almost all industries, women are often taken advantage of, or men try to take advantage of them, with bribes to help them to be more successful. As women, we carry a third consciousness with us. When we're with men, we're on alert. We're thinking, will he get the wrong idea? Will I be treated as a person, as a professional? And I believe this gets in the way of our creativity.
It is hard to give respect because a lot of these guys see you as a female artist who wants to get, you have producers who produce beats and they're like, my beats are expensive, so it's like, what you gonna give me? It's like, nothing. Like, a lot of these guys expect you to, there's been so many times where I want to work with people and they're like trying to hit on me, or they ask me like, oh, do you have a man? Or even at the times I did have a man, it was like, oh, was he treating you right? And it's like you're making this so awkward. Like I'm just trying to work with you, and it makes it hard for me because I know I'm a beautiful woman, but I don't need to use my looks to get me where I need to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that was the case, I would have been, I wouldn't be doing music. Like, I'll just be sitting at home somewhere with a whole bunch of money in my bank. But that's not the case. The fact is that I have more to give and more to offer, like, to the world and to just my community in general. Like, I know I'm talented. I know, I can dance, I can teach, I can inspire. And if I know I have those elements, why would I settle, to just, offer sex or take an offer from sex or do anything that's gonna, like, bring down my morality? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. And that's why I feel like a lot of girls need to understand is if you're really talented, if you're really about your business, you need to tell these dudes, make these dudes respect you. Like, you're not gonna settle for anything. It doesn't matter how big of a producer you are. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care who you know. That's cool. I'll figure out a way to get to know him too, but it's not gonna be by, seducing you or going on a date with you or you taking me out. It doesn't need to be that way. And a lot of these guys get butthurt from you not entertaining their antics. It's like they get mad because they know you're talented and they feel like you need them when you don't. It could be my downfall. I feel like I don't need anybody because I could do everything by myself. Like, I make everything happen on my own. Everything I've ever wanted to do, music video, performances, I make it happen on my own. Granted, I do try to reach out to people to work with them, but sometimes it backfires. Like, my drive is on 100% 24/7. And it's not like I'm driving for perfection. I'm just driving for effort and for people to love what they do and to show it through what we're working on.
Women are taught that it is one of our natural gifts to be nurturers, but not only to our children, but also to our partners. I too often see powerful women in relationships with men where they feel it's their job to help them emotionally, spiritually, mentally, and more often than not, it brings us down with them. But what I think is really happening often in these relationships is projection. Women projecting the parts of themselves that they need to tend to and nurture with their own attention so they can continue to believe in themselves and their potential in a world that teaches women otherwise.
I had a relationship where it was emotionally, mentally, and spiritually draining. Going into the relationship, he was very, like, I saw the red flags, little lies here and there, but I liked him so much that I was just like, maybe he's not always going to be like this, maybe he'll change for me. And I feel like that's a lot of things women think, like a man can change for us. He wasn't a bad person, like he was very giving, very supportive of my lifestyle, me being an artist. But spiritually, I feel like he was just battling so many inner demons that he just couldn't help himself. And I was not perfect. I don't think I was perfect in the relationship at all, but I definitely wasn't trying to spiritually bring him down or drain him spiritually, mentally, or physically. My only goal was to help him understand that he's worthy of being amazing and worthy of being great at what he does. Like, I was always sick and I wasn't as confident as I was. Like, I feel like my confidence came down so much. And people would tell you, like, people used to always tell me, like, Diamond, you're not as, like, cheerful and energetic, like, as you used to be. You know, like, you deserve so much better. Like, you deserve someone who's going to, like, uplift you, who's, like, your number one fan, who doesn't, like, you know, make you feel down all the time. And at that time, I knew he was very toxic, but I wasn't aware of how much it was affecting me. Like, it was affecting me through my music. Like, I was writing songs about him, but I was scared to, like, put it out because I was like, people are gonna know I'm talking about him. And, you know, there are a lot of things that I wrote down, like, in my journal, and I will, like, read it every day. And then, you know, he'll say little nice things to me, you know, like, oh, you're beautiful. And then, like, the same day he'll, like, snap and just be angry all the time. And, like, I'll go back in my journal and just be like, I was right. And then the next day, like, he'll be completely different. He'll be super nice. And I'm like, oh, okay, like, I can do this. And then the same day he'll just snap and just be angry. And I'm like, why are you so angry? Like, I'm not an angry person. I'm very optimistic about life, you know. Maybe that's annoying to some people, because some people are like, why are you so bubbly all the time? And it's because, why not? Life is too short to be angry about things we can change. Like, if you're going to be angry about a situation that you can change yourself, I don't have sympathy for you. And that was my thing. Like, I had so much sympathy for him to the point where it was almost as if I was babying him. And he already had so many people in his life who babied him, who kind of like walked him through everything in life. And he's not, I feel like he's not used to just being on his own. So I was a crutch. I felt like I was a crutch for him. I was a crutch for, like, his anger, his everything he was going through, because I was the only one who was physically there. So I told myself, like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I'm literally going crazy, like, in the bathroom, crying for hours, you know, not understanding. And I can't go to my friends about it because I've talked to them about it so much. They're gonna be like, we told you what you should do. Like, you're gonna keep entertaining it. You're just gonna be miserable for the rest of your life. I didn't want to hurt his feelings. I didn't want to be like, I can't be with you because I feel like I'm losing a friend. But at the same time, it's like, I'm either gonna lose a friend, but I'll have myself at the end, you know, my sanity, or I'm gonna keep this person around and for their sake, for their sanity, and be miserable and not be able to completely flourish in what I know I can do.
No matter what I do, no matter where I go, I'ma always stand out like a big sore thumb. So here's the reality, I'ma stay valid G. Positive vibes can't mess with my spirituality. I'ma make anthems, I'ma stay random, I'ma keep dancing, daydreaming of phantoms.
I feel like that relationship was like the stepping stone of me, like, my spiritual self, like, awakening, because I realized that I have so much to give, like, in life. Like, I was like, you know what, like, I'm such a good person. Like, I'm not going to allow anybody to tell me otherwise. Like, just because I express myself and what I don't like and what I don't accept does not make me a bad person.
What I admire in Diamond is how she took the difficulties from her relationship and pushed herself towards her dreams and goals even more.
I'm thankful for that relationship because it taught me a lot and it's helped me grow. And now I'm, like, out here doing my thing, working on my hip-hop play called Golden, which is a showcase showing the influence of hip-hop through dance and music. And I came about this showcase because I've always just been like a 90s fanatic. Like, obviously I grew up in the 90s, but like I love 90s fashion, I love 90s hip-hop, 90s R&B, just the 90s in general. It was just a time where everything was authentic and everybody was awesome. And I wanted to create this showcase to just show that, you know, hip-hop isn't just about violence. Like, a lot of people hear rap or hip-hop and they think violence. Like, granted, that's like where it started. Like, it started about the struggle and, you know, where people have been and what they've been through. But I just wanted to show like my perspective. Like, what I grew up on was like hip-hop was about a celebration, like having fun, like, you know, being surrounded by people who love you and support you, and it's about your community, like your community coming together as one and just like vibing out, like having fun, dancing, listening to music. And I wanted it to be like a predominantly all women show, just because I feel like women played a vital role in hip hop. They're the ones who created the stepping stones to be what it is today. Like, I look at MC Lyte. Like, MC Lyte came out spitting harder bars than a lot of the guys that was in the game. You know, Lady of Rage came out. You know, she broke the barriers. And just the women in hip hop in the 90s, it didn't care what you look like. Like, nowadays you have to have a certain look. You gotta like have pink hair or blue hair, or you have to like have a big butt, slim waist, you know. Back then it didn't care what you look like. You could have been short, wide, you know, a little thick. You could have had short hair, red short hair. It didn't matter what you look like. Like, people, as long as you came with the bars, that's all that mattered. And that's what I wanted the show to be about. Just people coming together, showing the talents of women. Like, we are so much more than what people perceive us to be.
Diamond has since produced her second Golden Hip Hop Showcase. In the words of Lauryn Hill, "Don't be a hard rock when you really are a gem." And Diamond truly is that. She is genuine and authentic, in a world and industry where it is so much easier to sell your soul for success. Success from the heart may be more difficult, but I truly believe it will always be more satisfying. And Diamond is a shining light and inspiration to go after the heart's desires and not just the desires of others.